Hi, this is Stephen Brower from Irvine Valley Community College. This is for CSIT 256, Computer Architecture and Assembly Language. This is part 2 of a demo for Irvine Chapter 8. In part 1, I wrote this procedure, the prompt and get int from user, which the idea behind it is meant to be a generic a procedure that you pass in. EDX is the address of the string to display, and you pass an EDI with the address of the address of the variable that's going to hold what the user enters. What I don't know if I mentioned in the prior one, and if I did, this is a repeat, but it's worth saying, then the EDI that's here, it's a pass by reference. So in terms of when we're calling the prompt and get int from user, it's the EDI we're loading with the address of the variable that's going to hold the result, and that is a pass by reference. So let's do as a add as a comment here, because I forgot to add the comment before. So load load EDI with address of, now in this case I'm going to say apple sold, pass by reference. And the other one here, it's the same thing, just a different variable. Load EDI with the oranges sold, that's a pass by reference. That's a colleague of mine that I let know that I was recording a video, and let me know that I interrupted them recording a video. Okay, so what's the next thing I want to do? When we look at this piece here, this is for displaying a value. And I look at this piece here, it displays a value. And if I look at this piece here, it displays a value. So those three chunks of code, there's a similarity between it in terms of it's displaying a label. It then is displaying the int, the SD word, and it also has the carriage return line feed at the end. So coming down here, if here we have the prompt and get int from user, then let's make this one down here. So let's, and I'll figure out later what it's going to be, but this, so how about display int with label. He's making it up as he goes along. Yeah, I am. No rehearsal on this video. Okay, so and I will just be a little bit lazy, and I don't know how much of this I can pillage from the one above, but let's just take these comments, and the display int from user procedure will display a label and an int. Okay, no storing from memory. Now the input, the EDX can be the offset for the label to display. That works. But what we can do is have EAX have the value to display. It'll just make it easier for us. I mean, we can use any register we want, but if we're going to move it to EAX anyway, why not use EAX? Okay, so output, this one here, now output doesn't mean the screen. Output means returning back to from where we came. And so we're not returning anything back because all we're doing is the display. So let's, well, I'm going to pillage this here again, and I'll muck it up. So let's do here as display label for int, and this will be the displaying of the label that we assume EDX is going to have the value, and we'll call, whoops, write-int. EAX will have value to display. And I think the other thing we wanted to do, because it was part of the other ones had, was the CLRF, carriage return line feed, which those are two separate characters. One moves the carriage return to the beginning of the line. The other one moves the carriage return to the next line, or it's the cursor. Moves the cursor to the beginning of the line. That's the carriage return. Move the cursor to the next line. That's the line feed. And I always get my 10 and my 13 confused, but one of them is ASCII 10, the other one's ASCII 13. If you do both 10 and 13, it's the equivalent of the carriage return line feed. Okay, so, and I'm yapping too much, but if I did this right, and I think what I want to do is, because I've been yapping so much, I want to start off by just taking 1 for right now, because if I completely messed up this, then I want to make sure that I'm getting this right. So the, let me just, I don't know if I want those back. Let me just take the dump regs out for right now. So if I'm doing this right, the apples sold should come out. The oranges sold should come out. They should look the same. So here, and let's do a cheat here. Load EDX with, oh, I misspelled offset there. God. With offset of label for apple sold, load EX with value to display. Okay, so if I did this right, and okay, so -2, 6, the apple sold came out fine. That was the only change I made. I just wanted to make sure that was working before I went. I guess I didn't have as much confidence when I did the input because I'm yapping too much on this one. So what I'm getting at is if this is, oh, you know what I just realized here, I should say call procedure to display prompt and get int. And what I should do before I go and call procedure to display label and int. Okay, so if this piece worked down here, so then all I had to do, and I'll go back and I'll fix the comments in post as it were. Well, that did have one extra CLRF. I'll leave that one extra CLRF there. I'll go back and again I'll fix the labels. But if I did this right, here I'm calling the display int with label 3 times. Each time I'm loading the address of the label to display. Each time I'm loading EAX with the value of it to display. And so if I'm going to compile, sorry. So if I'm doing this right, so 45 and 23, there we're getting our values that are coming back out. 68, that's good. Just out of paranoia. So minus 23 and minus 12, minus 35. Okay, just making sure it's still working with the negatives. And I think what I'll do is I will go, well, let me do the summary, and then I'll go back and I'll fix the comments. So the summary is that I wrote this procedure, and EAX is passed by value. And because the value, we're loading EAX with the value to display, and then we're just displaying that. So the first procedure, the prompt and get int from user, EDI was a pass by reference. The second procedure, display int with label, EAX was a pass by value. So what I have between these two procedures is showing a pass by reference and showing a pass by value. So I think I just finished the summary. If you want to stop the video, go ahead, because all I'm going to do is put the comments in, and I may mutter something. There shouldn't be anything important I mutter at the end. If it is important enough, I actually can go back and overwrite and record the video again. I mean, a part of it. All right, so let's do the comments. So the load EDX with offset of label. And so here we'll do the load EDX with offset of label for orange sold. And load EDX with offset of label for total sold. Now I can say load EAX with apple sold value to display. Load EAX with orange sold value to display. And load EAX with total sold value to display, just so we have a little more description in our comments. And let's get these lining up. Oop. And actually, and what I'm probably going to do is after I stop the video, I'll take one more peek at the comments to make sure I'm okay with them. And so the final, and I will load this demo file in Canvas when I'm done, and we'll see at the end. Oh, crap! The oh crap part is, damn. There's no uses for this one. You know, let me add just as a comment here. No uses. No uses because no other register used. No, I was going to stick comments at the end. That's the comments. You're still here? Go home. Okay. I'll leave that there. Good enough. Okay, let's just make sure with all my comment changes I didn't destroy it. I'll do one more run and then I'll end this. -2 and 5, and let's do this again. Let's do 5 and -2, and okay, fine, it's good. All right, now I'll stop it and then I'll load this up into Canvas.